I remember when the excitement was too much to handle. I could barely contain myself. My parents would always say that if I just closed my eyes, I would fall asleep. Something as simple as sleep never felt as distant as it did the night before Christmas. The wonder and excitement that was Christmas morning was only a few hours away, yet it felt like an eternity.
It was Christmas Eve and I could hardly wait. The minutes seemed to creep by slower and slower, and sleep just seemed impossible. I recall tossing and turning, anxious to find out what was in all of those colorfully wrapped boxes under the tree downstairs.
No matter how hard I tried to sleep, it just wasn't going to happen. I remember getting out of bed and quietly sneaking down the hallway, trying not to wake Mom and Dad.
I remember the nightlight from the hallway seeping under the door. Lying in my bed, I could hear footsteps and see a shadowy figure under the door. I quickly laid my head on my pillow and closed my eyes, pretending to be asleep while keeping one eye barely open to catch this much-anticipated visitor.
I slowly cracked open the door to my brother's room, only to be greeted by a face of disappointment as he realized I was not a jolly white-haired man sneaking in to leave behind all his Christmas wishes.
I sat up in my bed as my disappointment quickly faded because now I had someone else to share my pure joy and anticipation with.
Without saying a word, he jumped out of bed and we snuck down the hallway. Passing by the window with its layer of frost being the only thing separating us from the warmth of the fire in the winter wonderland outside. With each tiptoeing step, the tension built as we got closer and closer. We could see the soft glow of the Christmas tree twinkling over the banisters.
We looked at each other and began racing towards the tree.
It was beautiful. A single gift stood out from the rest, wrapped beautifully with a bright red bow, looking at us as if it were begging us to open it.
Unlike anything we'd ever seen before, we both knelt down to examine this gift in all of its glory, only to notice that it was not only for one of us, but both. In that moment, as if we were reading each other's minds, we looked at each other and knew what we had to do.
We just had to open it. This is what Christmas was all about. As a kid, it's what you look forward to all year. There was nothing that compares to unwrapping that perfect gift. My eyes would widen as before me sits the one thing that seems to make every other concern in the world disappear. The magic of what could be in those boxes seemed limitless.
Full of eagerness and anticipation, Christmas Day was unlike any other. The thrill of what lay inside those carefully wrapped presents. The unknown of what is waiting at the bottom of the stocking. There's just nothing like it. It's almost indescribable. But as life has gone on and the years have slipped away, it doesn't feel the same as it once did. It feels, well, different. What once seemed like a blazing fire of excitement now barely remains an ember. As I sit here tonight and contemplate the years gone by, I ask myself, where is the wonder of Christmas gone?
It seems that the craziness of life has started to shape the Christmas season for me more and more as the years go by. Lost is the joy and the passion that is known as the wonder of Christmas, the wonder that used to bring us to life inside as kids.
But what is the true wonder of Christmas? Where does it come from? Where does it begin? The wonder of Christmas isn't just the twinkling of lights on a tree.
It isn't the excitement of seeing a half-empty cup of milk right beside an empty plate of cookies, or finding that special little something at the bottom of your stocking.
The wonder comes from the fact that God sent His one and only Son to us, to be born in a stable. It doesn't come from the comforts of a home warmed by a toasty fire, or the welcoming scent of fresh-baked cookies, or even the glow of a Christmas tree in the middle of a dark night. No, the wonder of Christmas begins with an immense and intense love that we cannot fathom. A love defined by the fact that the God of the entire universe doesn't care what we have done or what kind of person we are, but that He loves us all no matter what.
As kids, we held such a reverence for the spirit of Christmas. As adults, we should have the same spirit of wonder. So where did it go?
And how do we get it back?
Let's revive the wonder of Christmas in us all.
The true wonder of Christmas, Jesus Christ, our Savior.
Be my joy.